Hello students, Miss Slyman here with your video for example 6. So again, I see quadratics and always that makes me want to factor. So x squared minus 1, difference of squares. On the bottom, x minus 5, x minus 1. I see these x minus 1's cancel, but I know that x equals 1 would cause dividing by 0 in the denominator. That means I'm going to have a whole at x equals 1. At x equals 5, that's another place where I divide by 0, but that's still in my function because now my f of x looks like x plus 1 over x minus 5. So I can put in at x equals 5 an asymptote. And as we learned in our explorations in class, now I've got an order of 1 over an order of 1. So since these have the same power of x, that also means that I'm going to have an asymptote at y equals 1 because my leading coefficient is an imaginary 1 there. So I can draw in my 1 without having to really think about the end behavior. So my whole is at x equals 1. If I plug in 1 down here, I would get 2 over negative 4. So y is 2 over negative 4, which is of course negative a half. So 1 negative a half is a whole. I want to look for my axis intercepts. So f of 0, 1 over negative 5. When x is 0, I have negative 1/5, so somewhere around here as my y-intercept. Looking for the x-intercept, when x is negative 1, that's going to make a y value of 0. So negative 1 makes a 0. Here's another intercept. I can already see that this shape is going to approach these asymptotes this way, so I'm going to go ahead and draw in that curve. Intercept, intercept, whole, approaching the asymptotes. And now I just want to do some thinking. I have a guess that my graph is going to look this way, but let's just go ahead and think about what's happening. So as x is getting closer to 5 coming from the right side, so as x is going towards 5 from the right, let's think about what's happening to the y values. Well, the y values, as I'm getting closer to 5, the numerator is getting closer to 6, and the denominator, I'm coming from the right side, so I'm thinking of like 5.1 or 5.01, 5.001. And when I subtract 5 from that, I'm going to get a positive decimal. So as I get closer and closer to 5, I'm getting a smaller and smaller decimal. 6 divided by a very small decimal is going to turn into a huge number, so big it's going to go towards infinity. So I was right thinking my graph is coming up here and going along down here. And of course, try and make smooth curves. Harder for me on my tablet, easier for you, pencil and paper.